Okay, this is gonna be a Raw review, I guess, or a little Raw rundown. Pretty much what I usually do, this Raw was okay. Nothing too good. A lot of bad, but nothing so bad. They made a couple decisions that are kind of balance out the bad stuff. So the scale kind of ends up in the middle. So like I said, just nothing too bad, but nothing out of oh man, that just happened. Like Raw started with the three-way. Sure, we've seen it like for the past month with little mingles between the two. But the good thing to come out of this is that we're gonna get a one-on-one match with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk at Money in the Bank, which should have happened at the last pay-per-view, but it's okay. They had a good match either way, and I'm really looking forward to that match at Money in the Bank. And that was, I think, one of the biggest announcements on Raw that made me enjoy the show. And then Ziggler and Del Rio in the pole match. I never liked the pole match. I don't even. It's funny because WWE.com had the top 10 like outrageous pole gimmick things, and now they're having one on the show, kind of showing like, hey, this is stupid, but we're gonna do it anyway. Just typical stupid. I'm like, hey, Vince Russo's back and he's booking again. And then you had Charlie Sheen being announced for the ambassador of the 1000. I don't know what the ambassador, what he does, what he's going to do, but it is a way for him to plug his TV show, Anger Management, or whatever it's called. So, let him let him do his thing. Half the kids will be, hey, mom, hey, dad, who's this guy? And then, hey, have fun explaining what he is. And then Psycho Sid, who showed up to the show, and I know a lot of indie guys on Twitter had a little problem with him because he was supposed to. I think it was in New Jersey. He was supposed to face Matt Hardy, and he never showed up. And then when asked why, he said that he forgot his wallet, or he lost his wallet and his passport, so he couldn't fly to the town. So he looked okay. Although the crowd was loving it, but Twitter not so much. A lot of people were laughing. A lot of people were saying, the old broken leg jokes. He has the infamous Botchamania, where he pretty much broke his leg after a big boot, I think it was. It was during the War Games, I believe, but I could be wrong. So Sid came back. It was okay. I went and I was like, damn, seeing these guys come back, it's pretty cool because it's like they're bringing guys back who normally aren't there. I know Mick Foley's an exception, same with Roddy Piper, but it's good to see those two back. But when you got someone like Vader and someone like Sid, who have pretty much been off the map for so long, and you have them come back for one match, that's what makes the crowd go crazy, and that's what makes them into bigger superstars, because that's what they are. They are bigger superstars compared to the rest of the roster because, of their past. And then, a guy like, let's say, Foley, who comes back here and there, but he always gets like his ass kicked every single time, that makes the crowd care less and less about him. And take that for what it's worth when thinking about creating superstars, which is a good leeway to the Money in the Bank. Jericho returned, and crowd went crazy, and Cena's promo was it was okay, and then it just went down from there. And Jericho came back. He saved us from the promo. Seems like a new sarcastic little poke. Same as before, but he seems more sarcastic now. He was throwing a lot of those cheap shots like, oh, what are you, 9 years old, or what is this, what is that? Seemed like a funny version of a heel Jericho. And that's when Vicky came out after Cena and Jericho both had their little inputs on the Money in the Bank match. She said that I don't know if this is right, but there's 4 people in the Money in the Bank, which is a first, which is stupid, but it's a first, and it can only be of past WWE champions, which I thought was so dumb because this match was made to build new stars. You had Miz, you had RVD, you had Edge, Daniel Bryan, Kane, whatever, he won it, but Del Rio. These guys were all mid-carders who elevated themselves. Jack Swagger, who made headline, main event stars because of the Money in the Bank. So why would you have guys who are already established as main eventers in a match to create main eventers? It doesn't. That's the whole point of this pay-per-view, is to see guys elevate, but they are not because they don't trust anybody. I think it's like they're so scared to give a new guy a chance and experimenting with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan is already like caution in the wind already, and why give another guy a chance is pretty much what's going on in the back. So just stay put. We're going to give guys who've been around for 10, 15, I don't want to think no one in that match has been around 20 years. Big Show, I think, has been around the longest, and Kane as well. So, that's just a dumb idea. I hope SmackDown isn't the same way, because there's so many former world champs who can really be in that. I think Del Rio, actually, what am I thinking? It's WWE. They're going to do it for SmackDown as well. And last thing, the main event, it was whatever. It was okay. I think it was pretty much leading up to the Big Show putting the colossal clutch, not the camel clutch, the colossal clutch, really putting over his size and his big mammoth wrists around Cena's neck and just choking him out. Just a very blah way to end Raw. People just sitting there and Cena's passed out and stares down the referee. Oh, man, that's... When I think about it, this Raw was pretty shit, but I don't know. It seemed to fly by pretty fast. Maybe it was the Battle Royal or something. Rosa looked hot. But that's all. I'll see you guys in the next video.